Hello, everyone. This is Adam Boggs from Meahana. Excited to share with you just a quick demo. I'm joined by my colleague, Matt Archer, calling in from New Jersey. I think you're looking glorious in that ring light, Matt. We wanted to rather than sort of tell you with words, explain to you what Meahana actually is by actually showing you in a quick demo. So we're going to go through a session called Setting Team Goals. And Matt and I are just going to go ahead and scan into the QR code here. You can see when I scan in, it just gives me a name and a password and a session code, goals, and I'm in. And it's going to give me a screen that looks very similar to the one that's there. Now on my screen, I'm going to actually be a leader. So Matt and I are going to go through, we're going to go through 3 activities. We're going to start off with a brainstorm. We're going to take a look at what types of goals do you have for the week, for the quarter, for the month. We're going to then narrow that down with what we call a dot vote activity, and then we're going to finish it off with an action plan. Sound like good?
Yeah, it sounds good. But hey, Adam, just quickly, it seems like seems pretty cool that you got a nice flow here. But it feels like this could also just be done very simply as a series of whiteboard activities.
Well, that's a good question. This actually is not a whiteboard. It is a set of sort of discrete activities. So you're looking at the brainstorm activity. Inside the brainstorm activity, like all the activities, there's a set of instructions and sort of parameters that you're configuring. What is it that we're brainstorming on? What are the ideas? And all of that structured data. So you're actually going to see the inputs from this first brainstorm are actually going to fall into the dot vote themselves. So it's not just a one and done. You're actually going to see that these ideas move from big picture all the way through to narrowing down all the way through to action plan. Why don't we start you off with this first one? Yeah. So this is just a quick brainstorming exercise to get quantity over quality. You might be working with a team like we always are. Matt, go ahead and think about what goals you might have for this week, this month, or this quarter, and I'll do the same.
Yep.
And as those are coming in, I'm just sort of entering on my phone. Again, all very much configurable. Now, it might look like just information coming in sort of empty. On the back side, myself as a leader, you can see, Matt, I'm actually getting all of the information as to who's saying what. I can reveal that to you actually as a leader on my side, so we can actually sort of spotlight, selling more profitable deals. Matt, that was a great contribution. Sort of what led you to that one, and we can have a more deeper conversation on that. More importantly, you can edit these things, you can combine them, you can kind of group them together. And then the next thing you'd want to do is decide, do I want to take all of these ideas forward, as I mentioned, which I'm just going to go ahead and click next down here on the bottom right. And it's going to take us into this dot voting exercise. So in this way, we're going to have all of those ideas that we came up with on our phone. And we'll have an opportunity, Matt, to allocate 5 dots. I've given you 5 dots to put on, and I can see you've maybe already started the process. On my side, I will just kind of do the same. And as you do these, they open up in real time. Matt, which ones do you think we should take forward? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so the data is not stuck in the previous activity. You're able to move that activity between, or that data between activities.
That's right. I could select to take all of them forward in this case, or just a subset of the information. So if we had a large group discussion, there's other types of activities that allow you to brainstorm by category, brainstorm by sort of an image map, kind of a retrospective. So lots of different options for you as a creative individual.
Super cool. So let's take the top 2 forward.
Yeah, let's take top 2. And so we'll click next, and that's going to take us to our action plan. And on our screen and on our phones, it's given us those same 2 that we selected to take forward now. So I'll click selling more profitable deals, and maybe it's look for additional customers. And it asks you also to pick a date of which you're going to do this by. So we can go maybe January of 2024. And once the team starts to add to that list, all of that information is structured data, can go into your calendar system, into your project management software. It can be exported as a CSV. You can start to think about visual ways that you want to represent this as well. So this was just a very quick sort of 3-step sequence. Any questions for me, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it earlier. It's a 3-step sequence.
Yep.
What else is available?
Yeah, so we went through these 3. If I click new section, right, I could say this is going to be, Matt's ideas here. And inside of Matt's ideas, we're going to maybe add a new activity from the catalog. And so when you see the catalog, you see a whole sort of set of different musical notes, right, that you can pick to make any song that you choose. Brainstorm, we already did. You can do by category. Complex things like branching brainstorms, right, where you're sort of moving from one activity to the next through a kind of a mind map look. Different types of polls where you're pulling in that information and you're sort of aligning around the impact versus the feasibility. Even more complex things like Likert. This one is pretty popular. It's the image map, right? So you decide any image that you want could just be a picture of you, right? And sort of plotting out where does information go. So think about a SWOT analysis, any type of image display that you're trying to pull through. And then you can decide as a facilitator what's the information that I want to use next from that.
This
And
is super cool, Adam.
whenever you bring something in, you just click on it. It says add the activity, and that's going to add in as a new bit of information there for you to configure on the right hand side.
Cool. Well, thanks for walking me through this. It's a lot to think about. But more importantly, it's a looks like a pretty robust tool that's going to get me and my team to potentially align on actions we want to take, and actually more importantly decide pretty quickly when we do get together.
Great. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, everyone.